Hello Classic Crew, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be talking about beauty standards. I've been thinking a lot about beauty standards lately because there is this sort of swing towards saying beauty standards are all bad. And today I want to talk about the difference between good beauty standards and bad beauty standards. I do believe that there are some beauty standards that aren't great, but I also believe that there are some beauty standards that are good. And I think that we should kind of keep those intact. So today I'm really excited to share my thoughts on this with you. I would love if you would consider subscribing to my Substack newsletter so you can get access to exclusive content. If you subscribe, you will get access to exclusive videos twice a month, as well as weekly articles, content pitch contests, and live streamed Q&As. Now, if you subscribe monthly, it will be $7 a month, which comes to about $84 a year, which is really not much at all. It's about the cost of a fancy drink from Starbucks. But if you subscribe for the full year, it's only $70, which saves you a ton of money. So if you're interested, make sure to head to my description box. I'll have it linked below, or you can head over to classicallyabby.substack.com. But I'm excited to get into today's topic, so let's get into it. So let's start by talking about some good beauty standards. Those include health, keeping a good body weight, washing up and keeping yourself clean, putting on a little bit of makeup, styling your hair, the sort of stuff that does make you feel better both emotionally and physically. Those are good beauty standards. It's good for us to say that a woman who is healthy and fit is more attractive than a woman who does not take care of herself and is not exercising and is not eating healthy. That's a very important beauty standard. It's the beauty standard that lets us know that, okay, not only am I not being good to my body, but it's also less attractive. And that's actually not a terrible thing to link those two things, right? So it's better for us to look at the woman who is healthy and who eats well and who exercises and say that woman is beautiful than for us to look at a woman who is massively overweight or massively underweight and say, well, that's beautiful. Healthy and attractive should go hand in hand, and that's a really good beauty standard. In the same way that choosing your outfits well, not saying they have to be expensive. I've said this many times on my channel. You do not have to pay a lot of money to look good. You can shop at thrift stores and find great pieces and you'll still look really attractive. But putting in the time to think about your outfit, putting in the time to do a little bit of makeup, putting in the time to do your hair, these are things that are important forms of self-care because they show that you are willing to take the time for yourself. And also when you go out into the world, you're putting out a good first impression. That is a good beauty standard, saying that the woman who puts in more effort is more attractive, and the woman who takes care of herself is more attractive, versus the woman who never brushes her hair, never washes up, because that woman probably isn't healthy emotionally, and she's showing it through the way that she presents herself. So it's good to have these kinds of beauty standards, right? It really just shows health internally and externally is an attractive quality, as opposed to not taking care of yourself, which is less attractive. So that's something I feel very strongly about, that beauty standards being linked with health is a great thing. Here's where bad beauty standards come in. Nose shape, body types, breast size, cellulite, mom bods. These are the things that are bad beauty standards. Saying that all women have to have the same nose, or all women have to have the same body type. Those are things that you can't change. Yes, you can fix those things with plastic surgery, but that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about without any medical intervention, you can't change the shape of your nose. You can't change your body type. You can't change that you have cellulite. No matter how many products will tell you that you can, you can't. So that stuff I actually love seeing on the internet is positivity about the things about ourselves that we can't change. Now, I think that it's really important as somebody who has a very specific nose. I think it's very important for us to have really open minds about what a beautiful nose can look like, right? Because in Western society, now we accept small button noses as something beautiful, but throughout history, what was a beautiful nose changed. So now, in today's day and age, I think it's probably better for us to think about beauty standards and say, I don't want my nose to look like everyone else's nose. I'm okay with my nose looking different because a lot of different noses can look great. I also think that with body types, we shouldn't have a specific body type that is the standard of beauty. Because again, throughout history, the ideal body type has changed. Even 20 years ago, when I was growing up, I thought that the ideal body type was a very thin, very small framed woman. And nowadays, the ideal body type would be considered, in my time as a child, a pear shape, which is a much bigger bottom half that's very developed and muscular, and a little bit of a smaller upper half. But again, throughout history, body types have changed, and the beauty standard for what is the best body type has changed. So I think it's better for us to say, okay, a lot of different kinds of body types can be beautiful. The healthiest version of all those body types is what's beautiful. Now, I'm not saying someone who is severely obese or severely underweight. Those aren't body types. Those are health conditions. I'm talking about the different body types that we all have. Curvy, very thin, tall, short, bigger boobs, smaller boobs, stuff like that. Those are things about us that are different, and that's good. It's good to have variety. Another beauty standard that's just not realistic is cellulite, getting rid of cellulite altogether. So many women have cellulite. The vast majority of women have cellulite. And because of, Photoshop and all these different things online, you can really make it look like nobody has any bumps or cellulite at all, when that's just not the case. Many, many women do have cellulite, so I think it's good for us to say, hey, this is normal. Stretch marks is another one. Stretch marks is something that so many of us have. I know that I do, and that's just part of who you are, and it has nothing to do with health or fitness. It's just part of your genetics. And I mentioned a mom bod because when women have children, your body changes, and not having to do with gaining weight or losing weight. I'm talking about just the fact that the muscles in your abdomen change, and when you get bloated, it's gonna show a lot more after you've had a baby than before. And that's totally normal and something that we should accept as a part of being a woman. So how do we deal with bad beauty standards? The beauty standards that we should change and that we should make normal, right? The idea that we all have stretch marks, that we all have cellulite, that we all have different body types or different noses. I think it just comes down to seeing it more. When you see beautiful women with different noses, or a beautiful woman with a different body type than kind of what's typical for the time as being the ideal, that is a very good thing. And it makes people realize that this is all good. But I also want to make clear that it's okay to have different preferences when it comes to what you are attracted to. And so even though I think that we should have a wide array of noses that we think are beautiful, or a wide array of body types, for specific men, certain body types are just going to be more their type. And that's okay. It's not a criticism of men if they are more attracted to one body type over another. But overall, I think it's good for us to be able to look at different people and say not everyone needs to look exactly the same. So that's my video for today. I'd love to know your thoughts on this in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you would want to see more of this, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. If you'd like to subscribe to my Substack newsletter and get access to exclusive content, head to that link in the description box. If you'd like to follow me on social media, it's at Classically Abby, absolutely everywhere. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!